morning children. So yesterday we have discussed about the western desert. So Rajasthan is known as a desert area. Rajasthan is the largest state in our country. So at the west part of Aravalli Hills, the land is sandy and rocky. The west part of Aravalli Hills is sandy and rocky. So the desert. So the Rajasthan is known as the desert region. It is also known as the Great Western Deserts and also known as the Thar Desert. It is also called as the Thar Desert. So the Thar Desert extends from Gujarat. It extends from Gujarat, the border of Gujarat, that is from Rann of Kutch to the Haryana. Rann of Kutch to the Haryana. It stretches from Rann of Kutch to Haryana boundaries. So here the land of the desert. So the land of the desert is very sandy. At some places we can find sand hills. At some places we can find hills are made of sand. So they are known as sand dunes. So these sand dunes, when the wind blows, the storm, so the wind carries the sand and they forms the sand dunes. So these sand dunes, they shift from one place to another due to the storm wind. Due to the storms, the wind carries the sand. and forms the sand dunes. Sand dunes, what are the sand dunes? The hills made of sand. So here the river that passes, the river is known as the Luni river. What is it? Luni river. So there is no rainfall, so we do not find the water in the desert region. So we can find at some places we can find a small pond or the lake, so they are known as the oases. So near the mostly some villages they live near the oases. Why do they live? So due to the water. So here near the oases the land is fertile. So people they grow the crops near the oasis. Next one, climate. The climate is it is hot and dry. So hot and dry throughout the year. The days are hot and the nights are cool. Next climate is natural vegetation. So natural vegetation, what are the trees that grow? So in the desert region we can find the bushes, thorny bushes and the shrubs. Kikar, bubble are the trees we can find. Kikar, bubble, Khajari are the trees that we can find. These are the thorny bushes trees we can find in the desert region. And also the animals. Mostly we can find the camel. In the desert region, and the bulls. Chinkas are the animals we can find in the desert region. And the water supply. So water supply, there is no water and there is no rainfall. So people to protect their domestic animals and their people. So here the government it is deciding to bring the water from the Sutlej river. For the domestic and the irrigation. So how do they bring the water from the Sutlej? By the Indira Gandhi canal. They bring the Sutlej river water from the Indira Gandhi canal. So they bring the river water, that is the government is trying to bring the Sutlej river water. Sutlej river water from Indira Gandhi canal. They are trying to bring the Sutlej river water by Indira Gandhi canal for the domestic and the irrigation. So there they can grow the wheat. They can grow the wheat, rice. By this the river water, by using the river water, they can grow the wheat and the rice. So there is no water supply. The women they have to move for a long distance to fetch the water. So at the summer they faces more trouble. So to avoid this, the government they are trying to bring the Sutlej river by the process of Indira Gandhi canal. Next, houses. So what type of houses? So they have the flat roofs. The people in the houses in Rajasthan have the flat roofs and then thick walls. What is the use of thick walls? The thick walls keep the heat out, so they do not pass the heat inside. So they have the thick walls and the short windows. If they have the end of the windows, the sunlight falls and the house may be heat. So they have the short windows and the thick walls. What is the occupation? So most of the people they depend on farming. They grow the bajra, jawar, other crops that are grown in Rajasthan. Mostly they depend, and also they cattle rearing. They rear animals like sheep. Animals like sheep. Mostly they depend on the animal cattle rearing. The people they depend on the cattle rearing. So some of the people they move from one place to another to get the food for animals and them. So this type of people they are known as the Banjaras. Okay, now children. So tomorrow we will learn about the lifestyle of the people. So homework is read the lesson. Okay, now children. Once again revise the lesson by reading your textbook. Okay, now children. So once again revise the lesson by reading your textbook. This is your homework. Thank you, children.